Hello, so today is a little bit of a light video to do. We're going to play Boardle. So this is on Meta TFT's website, and basically you can play it as a daily or you can play it as an endless. You're going to get two boards and you basically have to try and figure out who wins between the two boards. It's missing some information like power-ups and augments, so it's a little bit more for fun, but we can still try and use the best of our abilities to like figure out the different types of comps they would be by some of the indicators, or also just figure out like how we would evaluate a fight in general and then talk about what the cases are where one would win or the other one wouldn't. If you like my content, normally I'm doing guide style content, daily videos every single day basically. If you like my content, make sure to like and subscribe, and also there's my VOD channel if you want to see gameplay. Today's a little bit of a lighter video because I had a little bit of a rough day on the Rift, as they put it, because I'm not really enjoying the patch too much. I got like, you know, pretty upset and tilted. And I'm also editing a lot of the gaming VODs for the VOD channel. So instead of doing like a more dedicated guide style content, I said, hey, it would be a nice breather to play something a little bit fun and also try and make it into a nice, fun, informative video like I did in the past. Anyways, let's get straight into it. We have Yasuo, Udyr, Kabuko. Now, it says it's only 2 Mentor, but I think that this might be the power-up fruit where you play Mentor Katarina. So this might actually be a 3 Mentor line where you're playing Kabuko Katarina. We have Gnar with IE and Ash. It looks like this person's trying to play an Ash board, but maybe like caught mid-transition and playing around the Gnar 2 instead of the Ash. Items aren't the greatest. This Gnar does ramp up and will do a lot of damage, but this is probably 4 Mentor Kabuko. Or at least I'm assuming it's 4 Mentor Kabuko if you're rerolling for Kabuko and you have a Katarina on the board. Katarina items are great, by the way. I think Nashers with Hodge is great, and then because of the way they changed Nashers now to be like a crit mana gen item. Udyr 1. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a chance this is a Colossal Udyr, but he doesn't have really any items. So between that and the Kabuko stun and maybe the Yasuo stun, position-wise, the Kabuko is going to be absorbing the brunt of the damage. So I think that we might be able to clutch up here with the Katarina, right? We kill Udyr, we maybe go to Darius, we go to maybe backline, and then by the time we get to the Gnar, we still have Kalista and Senna. Kalista is going to be aiming towards the Gnar, so if these units die, the Gnar does take a big chunk of damage with the multiple executioners. I'm down for Misfortune. Next, we have Nefiri 2, Aatrox 2, Zac 2 versus Aatrox, Zac, Kennen, and Illusion. This guy's a Sunfire Slammed. Nefiri is a really reliable early game unit. However, frontline for frontline, I think the Lucian might do a little bit more damage than the Nefiri. The Sunfire is a little bit awkward as well. This one might come down to fruits as well as power-ups, right? Like very easily, if this Nefiri has like a damage dealing power-up, we're in business. Versus if this has like a really good tank power-up, we might not be in business. Kennen also has a stun. Kennen's probably going to walk up, maybe to the left or to the right, and he's going to stun some of these units, which might be enough disruption to make this work out. It really just comes down to, does the Lucian damage make up for the Nefiri? Now, I'm a big believer in the Nefiri, by the way, so I'm kind of down to say that the Nefiri damage is going to be better than the Lucian damage. And with the Sunfire, I'm down to say the Zed wins. Yeah, I'm correct. Nice. Yeah, Nefiri is a great early game unit. If you're not playing around Nefiri's early, it's part of the reason why Soul Fighter is good. Because a lot of times with Nefiri, you can have a really strong opener that you can streak into stage 3. Alright, what do we have here? We have Janna with Archangels. Then we have Zac, Nefiri, Gangplank, Aatrox, Mighty Mech. This looks like way too much frontline for this Janna to chew through. I don't think Janna without any other form of mana gen is going to be cranking out that many numbies, right? It's Malphite with 2 items, however. Mighty Mech is going to take a couple hits. Zac's going to take a couple hits. We have Senna, who is going to be doing damage with Nefiri. Then we also have Gangplank and an Aatrox too. I think just the sheer amount of upgrades, this Malphite's going to get a bit overwhelmed. And as soon as the Malphite dies, I think the Janna wouldn't have scaled up enough. And it's only a Janna 1. So I'm down to say Misfortune wins this. Next, we have Zac 3. I feel like this one's pretty clear cut. The Zac 3 is going to be so hard to kill. We have Rakan with Radiant, what's it called? Archangels. And Ana Cassante. Oh, actually, this isn't as clear cut as I thought it would be. What do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zai doesn't have ramping damage. It literally just comes down to this Rakan. Radiant Archangels did get nerfed. The Zac with Wraith is going to be so hard to deal with, and we also have Kale that can chew through some of the units. A lot of this could come down to power-ups as well, because the problem is the Zac is really the only tank we have going here. Because with the Nico's gonna take some time to kill, right? The Cassante's gonna take some time to kill. By the time we get to the Rakan, the Archangel's actually gonna be stacked up a little bit. If the Kayle was starting on Rakan, so if our Kayle was on the opposite side here, I think I would be a little bit more inclined to think that the bottom side wins. But basically, the way that I would put this particular matchup, if Xayah has fan service, I think Xayah wins. If it has fan service too. We don't know how deep into the game this is, because obviously this could be a low roll Kayle player, or it can be a high roll Xayah player. We don't know. But if you have fan service 2, that's where it spikes a lot. So that means that you have the 2 fruits, one for Xayah and one for Rakan. If Rakan doesn't have the power up, or if Xayah only has the power up, then it's a little bit more weird and it's hard for me to judge. So I'm gonna say the Zac 3 wins, just because I think that the Kayle and the Jhin do enough damage here, and Aatrox also rolled good items, so he's gonna be pretty tanky. So I think that the Misfortune side wins, but this could be a toss-up, right? It really comes down to the fruits here. I think if they had better fruits on the Xayah side, maybe better items as well, it probably would sway the fight a little bit. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Wraith against a Xayah and a Malphite and a Shen. I mean, I think this side wins. No, this guy has a Malzahar too. This unit's fucking broken, right? I'm pretty sure everybody's dead, because the Malphite's gonna collapse, right? The main thing with Malzahar, this is how you can usually judge a Malzahar fight. If the unit that Malzahar is targeting dies and the infection spreads, then the Malzahar usually it's like a house of cards. It all comes crumbling down, which is really often what happens a lot of times now because of all the buffs to Malzahar. Has Gunblade playing Wraith. I don't know what's going on here, by the way. These items don't make sense to me, and they make me scared, right? We have no heavyweight for Zac either, but we have the Wraith healing, and we're for Wraith, so we have the Wraith procs as well. On this side, we have, like, kind of crew, I guess, and a Xayah randomly to do damage with Edgelord. We have 3 Edgelord. I'm going to say the Wraith side wins, because I think the Malzahar will clutch up. Honestly, I think as soon as this Malphite dies, everybody else starts to collapse because of the Malzahar. And I think that there's enough damage and healing on this side of the board that we're going to have trouble to chew through everything. Incorrect. Okay, my bad. Like, how am I supposed to know? Silver, yeah, like, I don't know. I think this just feels like a little bit misguided. So what ended up happening here then? I guess the Xayah just ramped up enough to do damage. Maybe it was the Shen with the Declaw that was just too hard to kill, right? A 0 synergy Shen. Maybe there was enough HP on the Shen because of 4 crew. It's hard to say, man. I feel like if you put the Shojin on the Malzahar, I feel like this side 100% wins, like it 100% wins, right? But it's just so hard to tell with like these 3 units in the back. Oh well, we got one wrong so far. We'll try our best in the later ones. Jhin 3, Malphite 3 versus Jinx 1. The Jinx items are really bad here. Like, it's not that bad. Well, not that bad. We have Giant Slayer, but we have Mana Gen and attack speed. I feel like this Jinx isn't really going to pump out damage. We have Shen with 3 items, and then we have Swain and Xin Zhao with TGs, which aren't that great. We don't have 3 items here, but we have a Cassante, but we have the Jhin with a Deathblade. I'm pretty sure Jhin will chew through all of these, and we have 4 Protector in, so I think that the Zed side wins. Yeah, pretty clearly. Kayle with Guinsoo versus Darius with double Destructo items. Ooh, it's hard to tell with Darius early game. Darius early game sometimes can pop off. He's probably gonna take 3 swings to kill Aatrox. Kayle doesn't do that much damage, but 3 swings to kill Aatrox. Kabuko's probably dead when Aatrox dies. Nefiri probably dies in 1 hit or 2 hits. And then it just comes down to Zac versus the Aatrox. I honestly think this Darius side will win. Yeah, I think Darius early game, you just kill through too many units too fast. Yumi 2, Leona 2, triple item Yumi, Malzahar with double item versus Samira 1. In my experience, when you don't have Samira 2 with these boards, they just don't have the damage to keep up. You're never like, it doesn't matter if Viego has a Guinsoo or not. It doesn't matter if Samira items are good here. You're never killing this Leona. The Yumi's gonna outscale. It does not matter. So we're just gotta put the Zed. Right, very clearly, very clearly. We have Star Guardian emblem, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Star Guardian. I have to count because even though it says Star Guardian, as you can see, it says 4, but you can count that it says 5. It doesn't say when there's an emblem or a target dummy, so we always have to count it. I'm not dumb. I know that it's there. But anyways, we have Zac 2, Aatrox 2, Kale with double items. We have 2 tanks and a Syndra. Syndra has Morello as well, so we're going to cut the healing quite a bit. Rel, Aatrox, and Zac, and then we have Xayah Ahri. I think here we're just gonna have too much extra damage. I think with the Star Guardian bonuses, this side wins. We also have a Slam tank item and a Slam damage item. Here we have 2 Kale items. Don't get me wrong, but I think Kale is really bad early game until you get those initial upgrades where she starts shooting the waves. She's just really unreliable in stage 2 in my opinion for this to be like a viable option. Yeah, so it's that side that wins. Alright. We have Flickerblade Ash. What else do we have to say? It's clearly this side. Flickerblade Ash still broken. I don't know why she's in the middle. Maybe it's a Caitlyn player. But let's try and figure this out a little bit more. We have Gnar doing the damage, and we have Mundos here and here. We have a Xin Zhao with 2 items, a Viego, a Gangplank, and a Jinx. Like, this board just doesn't have a front line, which is the problem. So I don't know what happened here. I don't know what's going on. Like, why is it that we have this board? Do you know what I mean? But we have these 2. Is that enough for Flickerblade Ash? Also, we have Flickerblade. I think Flickerblade. I have to trust Flickerblade Ash is going to win that. Incorrect. So the front line just died too fast. I guess this. Oh, the Mundo rolled Radiant Gargoyle. I didn't see that. I saw the Radiant TG and I saw this. And I thought I wrote it off as the Radiant TG not being that good. But with the Gargoyle, this side clearly just wins. Yeah, I'm overvaluing the Flickerblade Ash. Flickerblade Ash doesn't take that long to ramp up. And it is for Duelist. So I thought that, like, if the Ash, like, it really doesn't take her long. It takes her, even with 4 Duelists as opposed to 6 Duelists, it takes you, like, I would say, like, 7 seconds. But, like, the chances are if this front line dies within 7 seconds, which it probably does, or this front line lasts longer than 7 seconds so that this front line dies, it's like, I didn't see the Radiant this. Like, the Ash won't be able to kill the Mundo without Armor Pen. That's my bad. That was just me clicking too fast. So, you know, my bad. Flickerblade Sivir, Malphite 2, no real front line on this side. Clearly, it's a misfortune win. That one's pretty obvious. Let's do a couple more. It's only been 12 minutes of video. Let's try and do like around 15 to 20 minutes of video for today. We have Malphite 2, Kennen 2, Gnar 2, Sivir 2 versus a Vi with 2 items, Kalista and Nefiri. I think the Kalista is going to get stuck on the Malphite, and Malphite has a decent tank item and a Bramble Vest Slam. Really good efficient gameplay over here. Right, get the Bramble Vest on, it ups his damage quite a bit, and he also gets his passive of 12 armor because the component counts as an item. I'm on the side of misfortune winning this one. We have Volibear with range versus Varus and 6 Bastion and a Twisted Fate 2. Holy! So this guy's probably in between a transition round. Does this Leona out-tank? Oh my god, this one's one of those fights where it comes down to if the Volibear hits or not. Right, this fight literally comes down to if Volibear makes it to the back line. Volibear with range is okay. If he has stretchy arms as well, it's probably good. Where's the damage on this side? There just isn't damage on this side. Right, Varus 1, no Wraith, Sniper, and then we have a Gnar with a Gambler's Blade double thing. I feel like this guy's just caught in between. He wants to put these items on TF. We have a TF2, but no items. It's a Volibear 1, however, and a Leona 1, and this is a Leona 2. Does Volibear 1 kill the Leona before TF does damage to the whole board? We have no Shredder Sunder, no anti-heal, no hose. Man, this is tough. It's 6 Bastion against 6 Bastion, but this guy has even Shroud. But this guy's all upgrades. Oh, what the fuck, man? This Braum doesn't have Luchador. Or sorry, this Volibear doesn't have Luchador. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, how am I supposed to know what's gonna happen in this fight? I've never seen this in my life. Holy. Let's try and math it out. Volibear kills Rel. Varus is stuck on Leona. Volibear kills Swain. Varus is stuck on Leona. Volibear kills Garen. Varus kills Leona. Volibear is on Leona. Varus kills Xin Zhao. Volibear is on Leona. Varus kills Xin Zhao, Rel, and this. Volibear maybe kills Leona. Varus and Twisted Fate kills Swain. Nara's ramping up, and we have a Braum left. I think the top side wins. Oh, bless! Alright. Xayah with Flicker Blades. Holy fuck, man. Next. Alright, we have Kale heavy as the crown. Rakan 1. This augment's usually really good. This Kale's gonna have a lot of damage, but no crit. We have Shred, we have Anti-Heal. This guy prior with Util. Pretty good spread of items. Slamming items early as well. Trying to play tempo, which is nice. We have Rakan. We have a Jarvan. Does Jarvan even get a cast off is the question. Jarvan might get a cast off, but in these situations, it's a little bit hard. He does have Strategist, so I'm pretty sure he gets a cast. That's going to be pretty devastating for this side of the board. Rakan is going to be hard to kill with the Kale. But Gangplank also exists, so let's math it out. Nico's gonna die after a lot of hits, right? Jarvan's gonna cast, probably stun. Rakan's ramping up. This is ramping up. This literally comes down to fruits, I believe. If this person has fan service on both units, I think this side wins. It's just not that deep in Protector, right? It's only 2 Protector because it's Jan and Nico. But it's a Nico 2. This Nico 2 is worth shit, by the way. She's just not super tanky. And this Yasuo doesn't really do much. I'm leaning on the side of the Kale being stronger. But the Rakan does have this Archangels. And, like, how do I phrase it? Let's say the Rakan was right over here, right? Let's say the Rakan was next to the Nico. If the Rakan was next to the Nico, the Kale would instantly kill the Rakan before the Rakan has time to scale up. Because the Rakan is really far away from the Kale, I feel like the Rakan's Archangels will be high enough to the point where it will be too hard to kill. And at that point, the Xayah might do enough damage to like chew through everybody. So I'm leaning towards the Xayah side winning. Yeah, that's correct. Nice. We have Rammus 2, Jin 2, Malphite. We have Ahri triple item, Xayah with IE. This guy's maybe leaning Star Guardian, Volibear with a Bramble. Jin only has 1 real item, I guess. He's like 2 item Jin. Rammus with double item, but it's a Rammus 2. I don't think he's going to be scaled up because it looks like it's a very early part of the game. So this Rammus is kind of fucking useless. Jin's going to take some time to chew through the units, but it's an Ahri 1. It literally just comes down to, does the Ahri 1 do enough damage? We have 5 Star Guardian in, so we do have quite a few bonuses and this Rel. But we don't have Bastion for Rel, which just makes me feel really icky. Like, why do we have a Volibear in when we don't have Bastion for Rel? For our 1 item Xayah? Like, huh? Like, why, man? Anyways, we have Malphite, Rammus. The thing about Ahri is that she needs to get a kill. If Ahri doesn't get the kill, I think Jin's gonna chew through too many of the units. Jin hits Volibear, Rammus is tanking. Volibear dies, Rammus is tanking. Jin hits Rel, Rammus is tanking. Rel dies, Rammus dies. Now we have Malphite to deal with. Ahri aims at Malphite. Why is Gnar over here? Ahri aims at Malphite, Jin kills Kabuko. Ahri aims at Malphite, Jin kills Kabuko. Ahri aims at Malphite, Jin kills Nico. Kabuko and this die. There's still a Kennen. I'm down to say that Jin wins. Nice. Nefiri with a Moguls. Viego with a... Oh my god. So what do we have here? We have 2 Bastion, 2 Soul Fighter, Edgelord. Then we have... How many Soul Fighter? We have 4 Soul Fighter on this side. I'm willing to say that the 4 Soul Fighter wins, especially with the Nefiri upgrade. Nice. What's our time on the video looking like? Alright, 1 or 2 more. Let's try and drive up those numbers. Make sure my average looks appealing to people that pass by on this video. We have Viego, Fishbones, Snipers, maybe Stretchy Arms. How many Soul Fighter? We have 6 Soul Fighters, Set 2. Here we have Volibear 2, Rise 2, Senna 2, 4 Mentor, and a Xin Zhao 3. Ho-ho! This one's going to be hard to tell. This guy might also be Lucky Gloves, by the way. Because look at his Rise and his Volibear items. They're pretty good, and he has 2 TGs. So that means this guy might be up an entire Prismatic. Probably his Artifactory. This guy probably took Lucky Gloves. This guy took Artifactory or something. Not Artifactory, but you know, like forge, whatever. How tanky is Set? Wait, this guy doesn't have Jarvan. This guy has no Jarvan. He has Aatrox in the backline, which means he probably also has Socialite. Oh, now I have to think about Socialite? Fuck. There's not that... The Ryze doesn't have a solid chunk of AP. And you have 3 items dedicated to Udyr. And Senna has a random Shiv. This Xin Zhao is going to be hard to kill. That's the main thing. This Xin Zhao is going to be hard to kill. 3-star Xin Zhao, does it stall out long enough for Viego? I genuinely think the Xin Zhao might stall out for the Viego. It's just a matter of if this Volibear gets a wrap. Because, like, the Viego is going to aim here. And then, oh my god, man. Like, what are these items all spread out? Like, fucking goddamn. I'm willing to... is the range Viego even good if he doesn't have range? If he doesn't have attack speed? Oh, like if he doesn't have like stretchy arms or something, he's probably donezo. Duelist as well, though. The snipers is really big. He has a lot of base stats. I'll give it to the Viego. Oh! Oh no! Okay, well, that's my bad. Right? It's hard to say. I don't know how tanky this set is. In my opinion, like whenever I play this comp, it's usually set Samira. And set 2 Samira 2 needs to be online here. It's just like, I think the Volibear probably wrapped and killed the Viego, right? Because the Volibear jumped here and then he probably jumped here. Like, why is this Xin Zhao over here? Like, this guy's your 3-star main tank. Why is he in the corner? Like, there's no shot. This Xin Zhao walks up over here and this Volibear probably got a wrap. But I was just assuming that the Viego might kill the Volibear before the set dies. But I think the set died and then the Viego died and then you just have a random fucking Xin Zhao over here. Like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Anyways, I'm wrong. My bad. Should have just picked the other side. You know, Copium. Gnar with 4 Juggernaut here versus 3 Star Guardian Ahri. I don't think the Star Guardians do enough damage here to chew through this Udyr with the Gnar ramping up. So I'm down to say the Misfortune side wins. Nice. All right. I think this is going to be our last one for the video. Last one. Ding dong, ding dong. Get your bets in. Get your bets in. It's the last one. We have a Jhin with double Deathblade. Ooh. Double Deathblade. That's a Fenrir build. I'm joking. It's probably not that good. But I did have a video where I put triple Deathblade on Jhin for fun. And I didn't go. I placed 4th. It wasn't that good. But anyways. We have Thieves Gloves on Vi. We have Malphite with a thing with a Gargoyle. Janna's in the front line. I'm not thinking Janna is going to tank much. She's going to die. This guy's going to die. Syndra might be Rising Chaos. So this will stall out the comp. But I think these are all 1-starred. And there's not much of a deep synergy here. This looks like more of like a Crystal Gambit build. And it's only a Syndra 1. I think this Jhin is going to do enough damage to chew through everybody. Because you still have to kill the Kennen after the Malphite. Not to say Zed wins. Alright. That's the last one. We played 20. We have an 85 success rate. Meaning that we got 3 wrong. If we're evaluating the ones we got wrong. Obviously I made a mistake with this one. Because I thought it was the... I thought like the rates would last long enough to do enough damage. I thought Malzahar would snipe some of the backline. I was wrong. This one I was wrong with because I overvaluated how fast the Flickerblade Ash would collapse. I also missed the fact that this guy had Radiant Stone Plate. So that's my bad. You know, obviously you need a little bit more frontline for this to work. Chances are either this Ash got wrapped by these Nefiris or just got stuck on the Mundo before the Flickerblade ramped up. And then we got this last one. Oh, wait. I didn't mean to do another one. Whatever. The last one we got wrong was the other one. Who wins this fight? Probably Samira with Gwen, right? Yeah, there we go. One more correct for the books. Sick. Anyways. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that was fun and enjoyable. And we're talking a little bit about the patch and some of the implementations on the board. Obviously, this was more of a for fun video. But I need to take a little bit of a break. Because, like, you know... I'm not enjoying the game too much right now, and I'm just working on some other videos for the rest of the weekend because I might go out. So, you know, hopefully this was enjoyable. Hopefully it was fun. Have a great day and see ya. Bye-bye.